Let's get more reaction to Stephen Keshi's death. We're joined on the line by a man who played alongside Keshi and also worked with him as a coach. Former Moroka Swallows and Super Eagles goalkeeper and TV football commentator Idah Peterside. Idah, good morning. How do you receive such news?
Wow, it's sad. I got a call this morning, very early this morning, to tell me that he had died. It's quite unfortunate. We call him the big boss. He was very likable. He had style. He had charisma, and he was a leader off and off on the pitch. When I got into the national team as a young boy, he was the coach. He was the captain of the team. This is in the 90s. He was captain of the team, and it was so easy to work with him. He had a lot of influence. He was so influential that everyone called him the big boss. I remember one incident we were going to play against Ivory Coast, and then they were owing us some money with the ministers and the government officials. He just told the team and the vice president then, the team will not travel if you don't pay us. He was so influential. It's just unbelievable to hear that Keshi is dead.
Have you spoken to anybody at all in Nigeria this morning? And what are they telling you?
I've tried to get in touch with some of our former players. I've tried to get in touch with Augustine Eguavon, who is quite close to him. He was his best man in his wedding. And we just had, that he complained of not breathing too well on Tuesday. And he was asked to just go consult a doctor. He got to the hospital and they asked him to just spend a day or two at the hospital for them to verify what the problem is. He just gave up the ghost. I think he had a cardiac arrest. That's the information I got. He had cardiac arrest. And it's not easy. It's just difficult to hear. It's just not easy. It's not easy.
We've seen some other reports, Idah, perhaps you might shed some light on this morning, that he never actually got over the death of his wife late last year.
Yeah, Kate was somebody we all knew. In our time when we were playing for the Super Eagles, there was so much unity that the girlfriends and the wives, most times would come to the hotel and sit with the team. She was like, I don't know how to say this. She was just a friend of the team. And since she died last year, I think that in 2015, he's not really been able to get over it. When you're married to someone for 35 years and all of a sudden the person passes, it's not really been easy for him, really. He's been quiet, refused to do interviews, refused to speak to people. I think it was difficult for him to take. It's quite unfortunate to lose Kate and him in just a space of 1 year.
It's a big loss as well for the African footballing world and also, I guess, the world of football in general. I mean, the beautiful game, as you said, has lost a gentleman, has lost a giant in many ways. How will you want us to remember Stephen Keshi?
A legend, an African legend. Most times we just had the passing of Muhammad Ali and the world respected him. I think Keshi deserves that kind of respect. He was the first Nigerian to play outside the country that is recognized. He went to Benin Republic, and from Benin Republic he went to Belgium. And he just didn't go to Belgium. He went to Belgium and opened up the doors for Nigerian players. He started moving players away from Nigeria to give them a better life. So he wasn't just Keshi, he was the big boss, and he had the interest of Nigeria he had interest of the players. He wanted to see players succeed, and he won us the African Cup. The first Nigerian to win us the African Nations Cup. I remember I was with him in his room all through while he was in South Africa. I kept going to his room every day, all through the tournament. Unfortunately, I spoke to him 3 days ago, because of the news that has been filtering about him coming to South Africa. So it's difficult to take, it's just difficult to take.
Idah, I know you're going to get a lot of this throughout the day today. If you don't mind, on behalf of eNCA, will you please express our condolences to the Nigerian football fraternity as well and to his family?
I'll do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. That's Moroka Swallows and Super Eagles, former Moroka Swallows and Super Eagles goalkeeper Idah Peterside, paying his tribute to the man he played under when Stephen Keshi was still captain so many years ago, and also worked together recently when Stephen Keshi was coaching the Super Eagles.